Hi guys, I'm back again for the weekly reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne. In this video, I'm going to give a general love reading focusing on divine partners. That includes soulmates, twin flames, all love relationships that you're involved in. I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay, guys. I know that we're all in on this together, and yeah, it's getting to us, to many of us. But this is a time to keep it together. We're hearing a lot of different things around, and I don't want to get into it because I know we're all tired of hearing about it. And it just not that it upsets us. It's just we're getting like a little anxious. We want to go on with spring activities, and we can because spring is here, or autumn. And you know what? I'm getting that spring fever. I really am. Even though the weather doesn't cooperate all the time, but I've been doing a lot of cleaning. And if you watch me on social media, you know what I'm talking about. It's more about just getting that energy flowing, because we have to just get out there and just do things. I know we have to, stay close to home, but you know what? What's so bad about that when we have a lot of things to do? We always complain we don't have enough time to do things, and self-care and, just taking care of our overall bodies is really, really important. That's why we're all, self-isolating ourselves and, social distancing, because it all amounts to one thing, taking care of ourselves so we can be healthy and so we can do this. We're kind of like pressing the reset button and, getting excited about it. I know I am. I've been doing more outdoor activities, even though it's cold sometimes and it's a little, wet in Cleveland. We get that rain. I guess that's very, very common for this part of the year. But you know what? It's all good because we're all in on this together. And I've been finding a lot of closeness with so many different people that, I can see things a lot clearer. We all have a life lesson with this. We're all learning from this. Let's take it the way it is, because it's not like, yeah, I know it's bad. I know we don't want to see it. We don't like to hear about it. But you know what? There's something good that's going to come out of it, like we talked about from the beginning of the year. So I don't want to go into it, but you know what I'm talking about. So the first card that I pulled for Divine Masculine is Manifestation. Beautiful cards, and I love this card. And as you can see, you probably can read it. I'll read it. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and believe your power. Desire and belief are your power. Yeah, so it's a beautiful unicorn. It looks like a dragon. Very, very beautiful. So manifestation, guys. Manifestation into a form of where you feel like something magical, something mystical, something that you're dreaming about. Divine masculines are starting to open this side of themselves up. Maybe they haven't seen it before for whatever reason. There's a lot of things that's changing and evolving with this whole, thing that's going on. It's something that's part of our life, our lifetime. That manifestation, when you get out in manifestation, it's more of like you're putting that certain dream you have to life. Now, maybe it's not coming to the way you want it to, and that's to be said. You know what? It's all about opening that door, like this card says, and just let it live, let it open up. If you don't see it, you're never going to see it happen for you. Emotions right now are running high. Yes, emotions are definitely, through the roof. Emotionally, this is a very difficult time for many of us, especially if you're going through something, not only with, with this whole, this whole pandemic, but more like if you're going through something personal, something that's in your life, whatever that may be. I bring these messages out. They're not necessarily specifically for one person. This is all for the collective. And you know what, emotionally, if you're going through a breakup and that breakup just seems like it's so hard, it's so difficult that you can't disconnect, or you can't disconnect from a situation. Divine masculine is starting to purge out, let it go and release. It's a time for that emotional energy to come through and for them to recognize it. So if they're not recognizing it and if they're not letting it go, they're never going to see that manifestation of what they're dreaming about, whatever their dreams are. Maybe it's getting back together with someone. Maybe it's something to do with opening a door for somebody to come back into your life, or somebody new to come into your life. Well, first of all, the emotions have to be released. Emotions have to be acknowledged. If you're not, emotionally open to what you're feeling, you're not letting it go, and that's a big part of change. When we talk about change, we talk about the future. We talk about new beginnings, changing it. Maybe sometimes these changes, like what's happening now, we don't like it. We are not happy with it. It's more of like, I'm seeing something that I don't like, but making the best of it is the key here, because there's a lesson to be learned. As this card says, you are transforming, let go of the past, embrace the light and joy of this new day. Now, just what I said, okay? What is there to enjoy? I mean, when you think about it, like, I can't do the things I normally did, things are not completely like the way I want, finances, everything seems to be at a halt in my life. Like that's one way of looking at it, okay? It's happening to all of us, by the way. It's just the way the flow goes with our world. But you have to remember that all these changes, guys, all these changes that are happening are for your higher good. It's not comfortable. It's not good. It's not feeling good. A lot of people, sorry to say, lost their lives. A lot of people have, found like so much, I don't want to go into it because it'll start to make me cry. But you know what? If you look at all these negative things that are happening, it's going to bring you down. The only way to see it, the only way to feel the change that's truly happening, you have to dig deep, for manifestation, okay? Manifestation, and to realize that these changes are letting go of the past because something new is about to happen. And I truly believe this, I truly feel this with all my heart, that something amazing is going to come about all of this that's happening in this world, because whatever wasn't right is got to be changed over. Just like when we hear about the changing of times, we hear about it in other lifetimes or other generations that our lives didn't see it. I know, that we talk about them, but that's because divine masculine now is starting to accept that change, because there is, and I love this card, positive outcome. I was so happy when I got these cards, and I'm like, yes, because I look at these cards too like a message, and when I ask for guidance, when I shuffle these cards, I'm really, really shuffling these cards, not only for the collective, but for myself, because I do get a message. And when I saw positive outcome, I knew it. For the divine masculine, there's a positive outcome from whatever you're about to do, whatever you're trying to change, whatever you're trying to manifest. Those emotions, those deep, intense emotions that you keep feeling, that you keep holding on to, they're about to change. And you know what? When that happens, we evolve spiritually, because like I said, divine masculine is inside all of us, though sometimes you fall a little bit more towards the divine masculine side than the divine feminine side. And you know what? We don't know why, but it just works that way. And many times when it does happen, we don't know if we are doing the wrong thing or if we should be doing something else. And that's when things just all of a sudden, I'm not saying it's falling apart, but it's just, it breaks down, like this room. I know I've been showing you guys this room, my serenity room, my new serenity family room, we call it, because all the family sits here, and it's like very therapeutical, so I still have more things to do to it. Anyways, it took a lot for me to release and let go, and a lot of other emotional things that like with this room, kind of like went through, like I told you guys about, like just gutting things out, letting it go, like releasing it all. And, debris, dust. And, my son used to vape. I told you guys about that. And you know what? It was just like I had to release all that. I had to air it out. It was like the odor, the smell of it just didn't come out. And then, you know what? Wow. After all of that, during all of that time I told you guys about on social media, that is, it felt so much lighter. It felt so much better. And it's like, that's the way I'm talking about the energy with the world. When we start to change and we start to understand and we start to accept, we're meeting different people, we're connecting, and as a family, we're connecting with ourselves more so than ever. What's happening is reconciliation. Simple as that. When it comes to, finding us, we have to reconcile with ourselves first. So this card means a lot of beautiful things, not just reconciliation with a partner. I may have a weird pronunciation of it, but you know what I'm talking about. As you can see the card, it's a beautiful fairy. I love these cards, and I'm going to read it. Whoops, I dropped one card. Okay. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. And basically, reconciliation is in your future. Divine Feminines, reconciliation. Reconciliation. I know. Sometimes when you get like a tongue twister, and then sometimes you don't. Okay, but anyways, you know what the card represents, and it means that there's something that's coming together with the changes. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Okay, here you got the two. All right, I don't know if that's in right order. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminines. Okay. When these two cards basically are side by side, we know that these changes have to happen for reconciliation. A lot of people, I have to say, have been finding their truth. And with finding their truth, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminines, they end up finding, wow, what am I doing in my life? I need to find that specific something in my life. And a lot of people are getting back together. A lot of people are putting closure to something or coming to terms with something. It's all about because changes are happening. And if you're looking for that, that's definitely something that is coming to you. But you have to have patience. And I love these cards. I love this card. It's a beautiful card, patience. Having patience for it is the key for manifestation, for reconciliation, for those changes, to have that positive outcome. In the relationship that you're in, maybe it's not going as well as you want. Maybe it's not coming through the way you've anticipated it, and it's like you're thinking, should I just call it quits? Well, if you have to think that you have to call it quits and something keeps telling you a message that you need to call it quits, and even when you're not on bad terms, well, then that's a message telling you need to call it quits. Okay, so it's simple as that. When you're in peace with the whole situation, and if it's like not in a way where you're just emotional or your mind is, stressed and you're aggravated, and then you say, I need to call it quits. Well, that's not a time to call it quits because you're overly emotional. You got what I'm saying? Now, I'm not here to tell you what to do, and I would never, try to influence your decision, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you the message to help you so you can find it, because we all have free will. And you know what? Things that happen to us sometimes are out of our control because we make the decisions, and it's like we have to make the certain choices. Okay, so you got what I'm saying. Make that decision when you're at peace with yourself. First of all, when you don't love yourself and you're not finding that certain balance, you can't find what it is that you're supposed to do. So giving gratitude, having the gratitude with love, thanking God, thanking the universe, thanking yourself for everything that you're about to do, because by doing this, you're actually putting a lot of positivity on yourself. You're actually finding what you need to make yourself shine. I'll read this card out. Be grateful for abundance, live in appreciation for what you have and more. Good things will come. That's beautiful. And it's a beautiful flower. Let's look at it again. Yeah, you know what? It's like when you're focused, when you find that peace of mind, and you just give gratitude. Like, I am so thankful for everything. Seriously, I'm thankful for a roof over my head, for food on my table, for just you guys being there, and all the support. Like, I mean, I don't want to go into it, but these are just a few things that I can just say on the top of my head. Great health, happiness, that to me is like the gold in life, and yeah, all the other things, relationship and children and everything that comes along with it. When you give gratitude, you get more back in return. And a lot of times things don't happen the way what you want. I just lost my beautiful Snowy, last month. And you know what? It still hurts. It still hurts. But I'm grateful that I had her for 14 and a half years. And, what was it? 15 and a half years. My goodness. Yes. I mean, that's the thing. It's like we give gratitude for what we had. So I had her for 15 and a half years, 15 years. Well, she was 3 or 4 months when I got her. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. So having her, and, she gave me so much love and joy, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It was a very painful experience during this epidemic, and putting her, making her comfortable and not to suffer in a parking lot. I had to go to the vet and everything. I don't want to go into it, but I have a beautiful little girl from her, and I love kisses, and you guys know kisses. If she was around, I would show you, but she's been prancing around. She gets kisses. So anyways, you know what I'm saying? Having gratitude. I miss Bear? Yes. And I'm still, missing the father, her husband. And like, I miss my pups during this time, but I still have, the memories, the love. So keeping the faith, that's what gives me the hope. Everything is going to be okay. If you don't believe and you don't find what your heart is saying to you, you're never going to have it. You're never going to feel it. And you know what? This card has a saying on the back. They all do. And you know what? I'm going to read it to you, and I probably will go through the other ones because I love these cards. Spirit Oracle. Okay, so this one's faith. There are no obstacles in your way. Follow your heart. The path is safe. The way ahead, clear, have faith. Okay, so just what I was saying, what you give gratitude for is the little things. Yeah. Maybe the bigger things is what, you're manifesting, you're waiting for. Yeah, we want that. We want that. And you know what? The things that are happening right now, maybe uncomfortable, but see, those emotions, they can run wild. They can run positive, they can run negative, and you know how that goes. Especially like this card is showing a full moon. Look at that, full moon. And I'm going to show you the back of it. So you guys, if you want to pause it, look at it. I'm going to read it anyways. You are awash with unexpected emotions. Say exactly what you feel. It is safe for you to speak your truth. Okay. So message, guys, speak your truth. That's another message. Because your emotions are running wild and you have those dreams, you have everything happening to you for change. Change is going to happen. Change is going to happen for divine masculines and divine feminines. It's not just one-sided. Okay, remember that. We have divine masculine and feminine. Sometimes it's kind of like a dual reading, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you're running more towards divine masculine, sometimes divine feminine, or a little bit of both. I run both, seriously. I just like to label it because sometimes it's easier to define. And I usually run more towards divine masculine. I just do. Okay, so positive outcome. And you can read that. I can't read upside down backwards, but I'm sure you guys could. Well, not that you could, but because the camera is reversed. There is hope. Don't give up now. Have faith. Trust. The forces of love are at work. Behold the scenes. Expect a joyous and positive outcome. Okay, so this card is all about the love. The love. I love that. Love that. I'm going to go back to it. Reconciliation. Coming back together. Maybe this is a relationship that you're going to get back together with. We wake up every morning and we wonder, am I going to get back together, or am I going to find something, or am I going to find peace with a situation? Well, first you have to have reconciliation with yourself, with terms of things before that can happen, along with patience, having the patience, and a flip side. Okay. There you guys can probably see it. I don't know. It just gets a little blurry. I'll just read it. You are entering a time of great love and peace. Be patient and allow the current storm to clear. Resurrection, no more wounds, only love predicted for the future. Love again. See that word? Love. Love. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Having gratitude. Having gratitude, having the peace, and just thanking God. Thanking the universe, thank the higher power, thank that sense of just being here, being here and able to just give to the world, because that's what it's all about. I know a lot of you don't look at it that way. A lot of you may say things. I'm not saying that you're negative, because you're not. Yeah, we can, pull everything down, and I hear you and I get it. I'm a Scorpio. I'm not stereotyping Scorpios, but you know what I'm saying. We're water signs. We look at things kind of like what's there, and that's just the way it is. But there's a part of me that just wants to just shine, and there's that part of me that I just dig deep and I find the love. And you know what? It feels way better than looking the other way. you know, looking at like, what is this? Why is this? You know, and that's just not fun. So having the faith is the key. Having the faith. And okay, there, it's landscape. Okay, so you guys can see it maybe, hopefully. I can't really clear it. It's on my Galaxy phone. So there we go. Oh, there we go. It's clear. Okay, I'll just read it. For those of you who are not watching the video and listening. There are no obstacles in your way. Follow your heart. The path is safe. The way ahead, clear, have faith. Oh, and I already read that. Okay, so I read it again. Have faith. Be clear. It's going to be okay. Whatever this is that we're going through, I've gotten messages from these cards telling us, be safe. Don't do anything that, you know, you're creating panic. Don't do anything that, you know, worries you and puts more pressure on yourself, because, you know, that's just not good. And we don't want to talk about it, and don't watch the news so much. I know we get tempted to hear what's going on, the numbers and this and this and this and this. You know what? It is what it is. But you know what? I'm going to just be safe, and I'm just going to stay, you know, grounded. And, you know, if I need to go out, I need to go out, but I prefer not to. And you know what? That's good. We find things to do with each other, and that's what I've been doing. You know, it's been a little while since we kept ourselves away from each other, but eventually we're going to be together. And we are not really away from each other. We all got like this thing called, you know, the internet, you know, this thing called speaking out in the, you know, in the public's eye. You know, we're on Instagram, Facebook, you know, WhatsApp. We can do all of these things, and that other one, that TikTok, whatever it's called. I mean, I've never been on there, but people have fun on it. It's funny. I love it. So anyways, I hope that this video resonated with you. Lots of messages I got from it, a little bit different. And you know what? That's what we like. We like to be a little different. If you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings. The links are down below in the description area, wherever you're watching this. I try to put the links down. Also, check out my blogs. I'm writing a lot more. I have a lot more time to do it. And also, you know, just being with you guys makes me feel good, because I love the support, and I love to just be there, you know, to help you guys. I have to tell you that I've gotten a lot of response from everything that, you know, I've been doing and helping you guys. And it's truly a blessing to do this, seriously. And I thank you guys, really, from the bottom of my heart. It's changed my life a lot and made me feel, I don't know, there's a peace inside of me from it. So it's all about helping one another, okay? And, you know, it's just wonderful. So, like, I think that was it. I think that's all I got to say right now. If you want to check out my social media every morning or every afternoon, I try to post most, you know, like a little bit of motivation to get us going. You know, it's motivation to me, and I love doing it. I love, you know, just like reaching out to you guys and just interacting. And I haven't been too much on social media as I like, because like I told you last time, I am involved in a lot of different groups where we do a lot of prayer, meditation, and, you know, just being together in a group. It helps us all empower the world and just send love and light. And, you know, prayer is always number one. Give it to God, you know, give it to the Lord, give it to God that you're manifesting, you know, you want peace, and that's what it's all about. Peace for the world. That's what I pray for you guys, and healing for the world in this beautiful, beautiful world that we have. Okay, so until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.